Marvel does not respect their icons at all. You know, it's a shame that the people who have the keys to the spaceship are the dumbest, least imaginative, most incompetent buffoons around. When you look at this cover, United States of Captain America, and I guess, is this the first issue cover? This is going to be for Pride Month, so they have to tell you that he's gay. But looking at him on the cover, he just looks like, just some goofball with a garbage can lid, overalls, and underwear for a mask. And he's just cosplaying as Captain America. And the thing is, that's an insult to cosplayers. They make amazing, intricate, and elaborate costumes. But I remember it was your boy Zach. I can't remember what video. Well, he said this a couple of times. But how a lot of these Marvel Comics costumes are designed so that they can be cosplayed easily. Which I think there's probably a difference between social justice warriors, SJWs, who supposedly care about this shit, who would probably, just to show that they're representing, or that they're happy that they're being represented, rather, they'll throw a quick little Miss Marvel or Captain America of the Railways costume and take a picture of it with the comic book in the hand and then never read the book again. But they can at least post a picture of, the cheap cosplay that they're wearing up on Instagram or something. Or do a TikTok dance in a silly, goofy version of a iconic Captain America ripoff guy. I don't know. I don't know. I know that they say he's gay. And I 100% take everyone who does not care that this character is gay at face value. Merely because this isn't even Captain America. It'd be one thing if they said Steve Rogers is now gay. People would be pissed. I would be pissed. I'm not, homophobic at all. I don't have a problem with it at all. It's obvious, though. Everyone gets angry because it's obvious that they're not doing these things because they actually care about representation or equality or anything. Because, what's the guy's name? Shane Davis, Talking with Shane Davis. I just watched his video like a couple hours ago. And he made a great point about how, the reason why we don't get a lot of original characters who are, gay or black or, a marginalized hero that isn't just a gender swapped or race bended version of Cap or Hulk or Thor is because they don't want to pay royalties and pay a lot of money for new characters. They don't want to put that money out to get a new character when they can just take the same fucking character and make different versions of them and then sell them on the name or her on the name Captain America. So they don't even want to call Thor like the Jane. I forgot her name. The woman who was Thor for a while. Instead of just calling her, the goddess of thunder, they absolutely had to call her Thor and took this motherfucker's name from him and said it's just a title and then started calling Thor Odin's son. It's so fucking insulting. Marvel can go fuck themselves and they can go die in a ditch somewhere. It's just shitty how they treat the fans. And I don't think at this point that they even think that they're getting new people. All they're doing is getting retweets and likes from a couple of goofballs who don't read these comics and don't give a shit about it. They'll watch some of the shows and the movies and then act superior to it and say, this shit is made for babies. But then get mad because fans who really care about these characters and care about these products complain about the dumb choices that are made in either the movies, the shows, or whatever. So you get it coming and going as a fan of these characters. So, you got these stupid fucking people in charge giving you the worst or the lowest quality effort. And then you got because it's got maybe a black character or a woman version of that same character, people act like, well, it's about time that we have a gay Captain America. And it's like, what comic book fan who actually cares about these superheroes ever said, yeah, I love Steve Rogers, he's great, but I wish they would make him gay, because then I think it would be more interesting. They have gay characters. They have, well, only the main one is North Star. They may have some other ones. Like, I don't accept Bobby Drake or Iceman as being gay. I don't give a shit what that comic book was all about. That's that series that came out a couple of years back. I reject it and don't accept it. Iceman's not gay. He's not bi. They just fucked him over. So, but yeah, so the entire premise of this Captain America limited series, and it's clownish. So the Iron Man book, I was going to say Iceman, the Iron Man book that Chris Cantwell, I guess the Halt Catch Fire guy. I hate that Iron Man comic, and I don't even read it anymore. I just read a couple of them in the beginning just to kind of. I like the art, so I kind of wanted to see where I was going to go, and it's terrible. It's so deconstructed. It's so SJW and things like, I remember, again, talking about your boy Zach, he was talking about how they had to make Hellcat ugly before, she and Iron Man finally slept together. She was ball busting this motherfucker like for 3 or 4 issues straight. And all of this was because, I'm going to fuck you. And it's like, well, I wouldn't at that point. I'd be like, you go fuck yourself. How about that? You want to talk shit to me all this fucking time? I'm the one of the richest motherfuckers on the planet. You want to talk shit to me? But anyway, I'm just using this stupid ass picture. Like most of the things that when I start ranting about things, it's not just about whatever I'm talking about. It's not just about the subject. And that's what I think most people who have talked about this particular Captain America announcement, have been getting at. That this isn't about a gay Captain America. Like, I have no emotions. When they said he was gay, I was just like, oh. Because, they didn't say Steve Rogers was gay. They just said, we have a new Captain America and he's an LGBT activist or something. And it's like, who cares? Like, I honestly don't believe any gay comic book fan, any queer comic book fan would look at that announcement and go, yes, oh my God, finally. Like, I don't believe it. I honestly don't believe anybody would say that. I think, I maybe it's just me because I'm tired and have no emotions now. But I can't see. I'm black. So, too black, too strong. So, I'm picturing myself, right? Sitting here. And they said, no, Captain America is a black guy who stands up against the police in St. Louis. And he's got a garbage can lid. And, he's gonna fight. And he's inspired by Captain America. And he calls himself Captain America. And I'm like, nigga, why are you calling yourself Captain America? Stand on your own fucking 2 feet. Be a black man. Don't be sitting here to sell out. See, the dog's mad too. So it's like, why? Oh, shut up. She's caping for Marvel. That's what the dog was doing. But anyway. So I don't understand this mentality behind Marvel, where they just say, it doesn't matter who you are. You can be Captain America. I guess the mentality is supposed to be that you fight the power. You could be a regular slub, and that's great. But that's like, that doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help a comic book fan. Like, I'm not looking at this cover of this goofball who looks like he's in the midst of twirling around with this fucking insulting garbage can lid. I would be insulted. If I was Captain America, I've already disgraced myself by being a fucking Nazi. I should have been executed for that. but I'm alive. I'm not a Nazi anymore. And and on top of that shit, after having been a Nazi, you know, and then, I witnessed my friends and Avengers get their ass whooped by Hulk just recently. They beat, again, they beat Thor so bad, you know, lost his teeth. Him and Ghost Rider had to go to a hospice. So anyway, but I'm like, okay, so I've been disgraced as Captain America. Now I've got to travel with fucking Bucky and Falcon and some other motherfucker. And we got to find the shield that I lost or somebody stole from me. So I'm such a clown and a competent fool that I can't keep my fucking shield with me at all times. And so now I'm traveling around meeting all these stupid ass cosplayers and fanatics. It's like Dark Knight Returns. So all these motherfuckers who were dressed up like the Joker, or the people who was wearing the Nixon masks. That's what this is like. This isn't inspirational. This is just a bunch of dumb fanatics. There's nothing inspiring about that. That's the thing that I hate so much about Miles Morales as Spider-Man. He's in the same city as fucking Peter Parker, and he's calling himself Spider-Man. And it just makes no sense. How are you going to stand on somebody else's fucking shoulders and you're going to just call yourself the same thing he is? That's like if you was a quarterback and you I'm inspired by Joe Montana. My name is Joe Montana because I'm inspired by him. I saw a review of the Marvel Miles Morales game, and how they were like, oh, he has to deal with living in the shadow of the other Spider-Man. And it's like, motherfucker, you are the also ran. You're the fucking runner-up. You're the one who's taking this nigga's name. What? How are you supposed to be living in somebody's shadow? You have no right to the name of Spider-Man at all. Call yourself something else. Why the fuck would you want to be calling yourself Spider-Man when there's already a Spider-Man? It's just, it's just ridiculous because they won't do original superheroes, which is ironic because, you have these SJWs, and I feel like I'm sounding like a crank saying that I'm a commie, and yet I'm like, these damn SJWs are ruining everything. All of their projects, gay rights, equality, defund the police, all that kind of stuff, I'm down with, but I don't want my comics messed up. I don't want stories turned into this dull, dry, useless crap where you can't have imagination, you can't have fun, you can't be silly. You have to follow this weird vegetable diet. And this shit is not good for you. It's not good for you to have Captain America and his numbfuck friends traveling throughout the countryside, meeting these weirdos and fanatics dressed up in these shitty versions of their costumes, pretending that they're inspired by them, and that, because this guy Aaron Fisher, because he's gay, only he can stand up for the gay and unhoused. Captain America is a symbol for everyone, and it's weird. Marvel is so weird. They do this stupid virtue signaling. I can't even talk. These stupid virtue signaling, where they have these fake representation, where they race bend and gender bend all your popular favorite characters, pretending that it's representation, but it's really just to piss off the diehard fans. Because they have so many petty, stupid people on their staff. But also it's weird because they want to honor representation, but then when Chadwick Boseman died, R.I.P., but when he died, instead of just saying, all right, well, Black Panther is for the living, so we're going to cast another new motherfucker so you can love him, No, we just okay, well, we're just going to retire Black Panther. Good, we don't have to worry about that anymore. We don't really want to make more Black Panther movies featuring Black Panther. Superman always gets recast. Sometimes when we don't even want to fucking have them recast. Like I say, the motherfucker that they wanted to play Superman, but then if it's Michael B. Jordan, then he's already been in Black Panther. But anyway, I don't know if this is ever going to get better. It probably won't, because art and entertainment is getting worse. I think it's because all the art is starting to become the same. Everybody wants to do prestige television. They don't even want to make movies. They just want to do prestige television, or make you binge watch, a television. So they take a story and they stretch it out. So it's just one long, stupid storyline that's just stretched out forever. And nothing interesting can happen because they got to save it for the end to sum things up. And even then, they don't make anything worthwhile. Not these days. So, I was recently reading some John Byrne Fantastic Four. And man, that motherfucker, every 1 or 2 issues, there was something new and exciting and big and crazy happening. And right, even now. So currently I'm reading Tom King's run on Batman. Now I know how terrible it is. And I'm like, I'm going to read all of it, though, from the beginning. Not just some issues that I know are bad and that, you saw YouTubers tear apart. Because I decided I liked Clayman's art, I got Batman, Catwoman. And I actually liked the couple of issues that I read. And I was like, this is pretty good. I mean, I'm going to treat this as an Elseworld story, so I won't be too insulted. So let me go back from the beginning and just read all of this and just see what I think. Like, as somebody who's going to just study a writer from beginning to end. And there's some really good stuff early on in the Tom King run. And one of the things I really like he knows Batman really well. And that's what's so fucked up. I'm kind of bringing this up to say that you have somebody who can actually write well, but he writes like a modern day TV writer. So he takes a great character like like Batman. So he takes Batman, and he's got that great arc quote where everybody says it's not impossible, it's Batman. Every time something crazy happens, like, motherfucker, how'd you do that? That's impossible. It's not impossible, it's Batman. So you have that great theme going out early on in the storylines. But as the storylines progress, he gets stripped. Bruce Wayne, the Batman, gets stripped down and down. He gets worse and worse and worse. So he starts off really badass. And then now I'm on book 5, the deluxe edition. And he's crying and whining and acting like a dick to everybody because Catwoman's gone. And it's like he's writing this as if this is Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad. He's not writing this as if this is really a superhero. And he's not really, like, the guy seems to really love comic books. And when I watch him a little bit on interviews on, like, online or whatever, he seems really enthusiastic and like he would be a cool dude to hang around with. But there is something about the way he treats male superheroes. And it's probably too much film noir, although those dudes usually are not sad sacks. They just do stupid stuff for women, but they don't go, I'm so ineffectual. And that's what Batman is doing. But anyway, what I brought all that up to say was just this idea that with King, he's a good writer as far as writing interesting dialogue, maybe, and interesting sequences, but you're not reading Batman. And it's insulting almost, so I think that's where we're at. We have all these guys who want to write for television or who get their inspiration from television or movies, and they try to take superheroes and they try to make them make sense as if they lived in the real world or if you were watching them on TV with a limited budget, as opposed to, what you can and should do in comic books. All right, this is going on a little bit longer than I wanted it to, so thanks for listening. And I'm trying to be a little bit more consistent because I'm just going to do a lot of rants right now. Build up a little steam, and then we'll see where we'll go as far as maybe something more scripted and more, thought out. Take care.
Hit 'em off with the verses. Never judge a book by the cover. Discover the soul brother with the mechadon. Working brunette to blonde. How many Edison con when I respond in full black? With us having the Vernon villains back to back. Amazing grace when I face the great paper chase. For real.